Didn't mean to say I love you. I love you. And I don't want to.
Yo, Bash, you been tripping on them hoes.
I love you. I love you. I love you. And I don't want to. I love you. I love you. I love you. And I don't want to. I love you. I love you. And I don't want to.
Burn Live and Cannabis Conservative. I'm gonna start saying that at the beginning. I will start saying that at the beginning. Burn Live, marijuana keeping you connected. Hashtagging these red eyes, changing the viewers' eye red, keeping underage smoking off of social media, healing ourselves for your entertainment. Y'all, this is sitting here with friends and family starting a cannabisation across the nation. This is a cannabis conservative moment public service announcement. Okay, good. Welcome, y'all. How y'all doing? How's y'all eating? How's your morning? How's your afternoon? How's your day going? Whenever you're checking out this podcast, checking out this live, I wish, I wish that these uploads would just go down as live as uploads as videos, so people can always come back and watch them and rewatch them or whatever they're at. Yeah, no rolling the blunt, y'all. I already got the blunt lit and ready to go. Uh, my live guest brought a special blunt by. He was like, "Man, I want you to try this weed out." You know what I'm saying? He said, "Put some of that wax up in there, brother. Can you put some of that wax in there?" I was like, "Sure, sure the hell can. Put some wax up there, and we just we're gonna cannabisation this." I, I hope that's a word. I hope that's a word. Um, Hold on, y'all. Let me make sure I did one thing partially correct. Oh yeah. So I do got my special mic, my special mic in the house. Andrew K.
What's up? What's up, y'all?
Sometimes she comes, sometimes she don't, sometimes she will, sometimes she won't. I don't know, just right. Y'all, today in news, I got a report this morning, or was it yesterday, about Barack Obama trafficking black kids in America. Um, a lot of people out there could could honestly say that they couldn't imagine. I personally could not sit up here and fathom the man who gave rights. Nope, let me take that back. The man that gave rights to LGBTQ community definitely can see him trafficking black minors. And maybe that's the weird part. It wasn't like he was trafficking black kids, he was trafficking black minors. I did get this video sent to me on Messenger. So I just thought about it. Maybe I can bring it up. I didn't even think I could at first, but maybe I can. Um, no bull crap when I say that it is a little bit it's a little bit disturbing because like I said, man, Barack Obama out of all people is just not the person that you would think. And you know what, guys? I'm actually able to bring the video up. It's amazing. So let me stop this. Let me stop this. Let me stop that. Let me stop this. Let me stop that. All right. So without further ado, we finna really get into this first video so I can actually get this blunt lit. Is that sad? Well, her, you can actually finish it. I just couldn't get it fully united. All right, y'all. Let's see how this looks. Yeah, I don't like how it look. It's like it could be. Oh, there you go. There we go.
Well, I know firsthand the law enforcement community respects you and is appreciative of you getting that bill through in these tough economic times.
Added an additional 100 U.S. Marshals to focus on this issue. We went from 300 to 400. The problem, as you well know, is you've got 150,000 sex offenders out there that these U.S. Marshals have to chase down.
My name is Yeshua. I'm 15 years old, and I have been a child sex slave since age 7. I am the great-great-grandson of Levi Stanmore. He graduated from Harvard 36 years out of slavery, even though he was forced to learn from the hallways. He received his doctoral degree and became the first black chaplain in the U.S. Army. His saying was, "It's not what they do to you in America, it's how you respond." This is my film, and it's 100% true.
I've seen video content of a child that's the same age as mine being raped by an American man.
We continue our conversation with President Obama, picking up where we left off. You built a team at the beginning, and you were really clear about transparency. Yeah. You were going to change the White House and be transparent to send a message to the country who felt let down by people.
If you've been in the public eye for decades, at the highest levels of scrutiny, folks are going to find some mistakes you make.
The #1 face of law enforcement in the world, John Walsh, NBA star Kevin Johnson, and President Barack Obama planned, organized, and implemented child sex trafficking of me, Yeshua Ogunsago, when I was 7 years old until age 15. These federal crimes started May 13, 2013, when I used a congressional authorized organization called the National Center for Missing and Exploited Children to have my father illegally arrested and murdered and me captured, denied due process under the Social Security Act, and eventually sent to Jeffrey Epstein's island. This film shows you how they did it, who helped, the capital crimes committed and federal laws broken, and why they have not been arrested yet.
That is amazing. That's weird. That's hard for me to fathom that that's true, but you just seen a small document of that happening. Who is this? Oh Lord, hold on. Hello. I ain't got no money on my card. Why you always want to call me and use my card? You just told me you were going to bed. Yeah, ask your granny. I ain't got it. I just spent money for you to come out here.
She ain't got it. She ain't gonna, if she do, she ain't gonna get it. So I ain't tripping. I'm really gonna go to sleep.
All right.
All right.
Good. You really gonna play that video? All right. Not only do we got Barack Obama trafficking kids, we got Trump attacking people that support.
Say, we just had polling come out that shows we closed the gap by 9 points since we announced in Iowa. Still, Trump's hugely ahead, but they say they're closing the gap. That's their argument.
Hugely.
Look, if you look at the polling now, it was Trump 34 in Iowa. It's now Trump 25.
Still a big
That's
lead.
double digits.
Why Trump? Why? This video is brought to you by TatumStore.com. TatumStore.com type of behavior. It's like the Donald Trump literally is like the NFL player that all of the linemen block like they're supposed to. He's now running up the middle of the field and he fumbled the ball. Why are you doing stuff that's causing you to lose any momentum? Why? Okay, let me read this clip. Let me read what he said on True Social, which is another thing to me, that he on True Social, now he can't get on Twitter. One of the biggest platforms he had and probably the most influential thing that he had going for him was being on Twitter. But now he done got locked in some contract with True Social that nobody's on there. But anyway, in True Social, he said Kaylee Milquetoast McEnany just gave out the wrong poll numbers on Fox News. I am 34 points up on the Sanctimonious, not 25 up. While 25 is great, it's not 34. She knew the numbers were incorrect upwards, or she knew the numbers was corrected upwards by the group that did the poll. The rhinos and globalists can have her. Fox News should only use real stars. Now, I don't understand how people are okay with this. Like, Trump, as it stands, is the number one choice for me in the election. But you still can't be doing stuff like this because I'm not the only person voting. There's other people that are going to vote that's sick of this stuff. And I know a lot of people ain't going to like this video. Just watch the next video. It's just a grown man, 70-year-old man, calling Kaylee McEnany milquetoast and calling Ron DeSantis Ron the Sanctimonious. You a grown man. What are you even doing right now? I think it's inappropriate.
I'm going to have to pause. I'm going to have to put my 2 cents in just for the simple fact that he be up here calling Democrats dumb and idiot and stupid, and
He's verbally attacking.
and he be downgrading the View. The View idiot. This woman shouldn't be on the show. This is one of the dumbest. So yet again, these are words. These are little nicknames that he call them when they're not doing something that he appreciates. When people are upset and mad and they go to social media to vent, I don't think that should be held accountable against you. Understandable, you're the president. Now, hear me out. Social media, when you say something, I don't think it should be held accountable. If you say something on the office floor, if we say something in federal office, that means if C-SPAN catch it up, if you're in front of Congress, you're in front of Congress, you're in front of a judge, and then you mutter those same remarks, that means they're going on file, they're going officially into an official document, then no, it shouldn't be said. It doesn't need to be there. But for him to go on social media and say, oh, she said something wrong, and say, look, who cares? That's I mean, I understand you make a video. I thought it was gonna be something that he said publicly, like at a rally. Then I'll be like, all right, Trump, like, come on, this lady is technically rooting for you. Technically, she's rooting for you. So what? She got the number wrong. You know what I'm saying? Other than that, but calling somebody a name on social media, who cares? For him, out of all people, to say, you a grown man, 17 years old. You talk about the Democrat justice. I mean, I be wanting to call the Democrats dumbasses. I do. I try to hold back on here by calling them dumbasses because don't nobody likes hearing that. I want to hear a Democrat come on to the show one day and put their 2 cents in and debate. So therefore, I'm not going to call them all super, super dumbasses. So they're like, oh, man, he's not even going to give you a chance to speak your point. Whatever. That's not a real big story like I thought it was going to be, ladies and gentlemen. No bull crap. I thought it was going to be a bigger story than that. For real, for real. I did see a tweet, and I don't have my Twitter on here, and I'm still looking for a story, y'all, of a one. Was it a woman killed 19 people by burning down a school? It was on Twitter. I'm looking for the report. I haven't found it. As soon as I see the report, I promise you, I'm gonna cover it. Oh, Chick-fil-A went woke too. Chick-fil-A went woke. They're representing the LGBTQ. Hold on.
View mirror, the front. commitment to diversity, equity, and inclusion, stating on its webpage that, quote, Chick-fil-A Inc.'s commitment to being better at together means embedding diversity, equity, and inclusion in everything we do. Some mention the company's vice president of DEI, Eric McReynolds. He's been in that role since 2021, and the webpage is not new. But with the debate over DEI squarely in the middle of the public's mind, many are questioning if the backlash is starting to go too far. Emily, Chick-fil-A is founded by S. Truett Cathy. He's a devout Southern Baptist. His son, a strong Christian. They close every Sunday. You know, I'm in the airport. I went to Chick-fil-A. They're closed on Sunday in honor of the Sabbath. Until they start selling tuck swimsuits, I'm not going to be boycotting Chick-fil-A. They're a great company.
Right. And I think that the whole point is that people can choose to boycott if they want over something like that, but you pay with your money. And time after again, Chick-fil-A is the #1 chain restaurant. You know, everyone loves it for various reasons, especially those that appreciate and value so much their commitment to faith and expressing unapologetically their faith. And I will just say that, you know, the DEI industry right now is a $9 billion industry. And so I look at this as a lens of a lot of corporations, I think, have to make shareholder decisions and corporate board decisions that unfortunately make them beholden to that industry. But it's up to the consumer to express the faith, again, in the brand's tenet and core values so that they don't have to sway and be persuaded by the sort of currents of social culture.
And at Harris, you know, Chick-fil-A is very clear on their values. You can still find this on their webpage, which how many companies, by the way, have this on their website? The corporate purpose includes glorifying God by being a faithful steward of all that is entrusted to us and having a positive influence on all who come into contact with it. The company has on their website. So, I mean, how many companies? I can't think of another one that have that.
What will be interesting about Chick-fil-A is, can they do both? Can they, you know, keep the D, E, and I in the front view mirror, you know, the front of the car, because many states are mandating it now. I mean, here at Fox, other corporations, there'll be things that they're going to have to change because the state of New York requires it. So I don't know about the state of Georgia and where they fall, but can they do these two things? Can they stick by the values that you just said, but also become more inclusive and you know, for their shareholders or for their state laws or whatever? Can they do that dance? Bud Light couldn't figure out which part to do first, so they stuck their toe in the deep end of the water and started drowning. So, you know, Chick-fil-A, look, we played it last hour. We dug up that CEO and some pretty amazingly crazy stuff he said. But, you know, and it was offensive to a lot of people over the weekend, and that's why the story blew up. People felt like, well, you brought in race, you brought in all these things. You can get offended by a lot, but can Chick-fil-A walk the plank, continue to have the value system it has, the delicious waffle fries, which are my spirit animal, and at the same time do D, E, and I?
Wow. Her spirit animal.
Waffle fries. I understand that they're trying to make sure people understand that Chick-fil-A's Christian values, you know what I'm saying, over just going with the flow of what's going on in the community.
Mm-hmm. They're giving their community a chance as well. Their Christian community.
A chance? I don't know. That would be I don't know. I don't know. I'm gonna let this story soak in people's minds. You take it how you want to take it. Chick-fil-A is eluding themselves, just like Target, just like Starbucks going to be in a second, baseball league, hockey, everybody one day out of their season put on this pride flag thing and represent. Yeah.
What the fuck is going on here?
Next month's Pride Month.
So everybody in the league gonna do that shit?
Everyone's gonna be out here too.
But no, not
Well,
necessarily.
not everyone.
Hold on. During the basketball season, during the hockey season, every team one day out of their season put on the pride flag stitched on their jersey or a pride flag. Yeah. Football too.
What about the Hustlers?
The Hustlers?
Man, can we get some shit going there since they got the LGBTQ thing going, man?
Technically,
Damn.
technically, the Hustlers, y'all had y'all moment.
What the fuck? Where was I at? In jail? Shit.
What year was you born?
1980, mate.
You was a baby.
Come over there,
You was a baby. You gotta think the Hustlers and all that stuff had actually two different eras. They had when actual gangsters and mobsters came out. They had that era because gangsters and mobsters was praised, and then when you had gangster rap first hitting the scene, even though it was shunned on. It was discredited. It was still one of the number one selling things in America. Everybody wanted to be gangster. Everybody wanted to say "fuck the police." Everybody. You had little kids that ain't even met a cop. Oh man, yeah, right, man, fuck the police, man. Who the police? Who them? Who? People with the guns. Oh, man, fuck them. They did. You know, I'm just saying. Everybody had their moment. But one thing the gangsters didn't do that the LGBTQ has done is made it legislated.
Our shit too much frowned upon. You really can't get much money from us. Or you talking non-profit organization as opposed to the LGBTQ organization. Our shit's illegal in their eyes.
Well,
Hustling. Without pointing them, you talk
yeah, I got this one code that if y'all didn't stick by, that y'all have been able to throw people under the bus, especially crooked cops, and y'all wouldn't be going through this. See, this is the problem with that non-snitching.
You got my back, I got yours.
See, no, this is the problem with the non-snitching. Certain people needed to be snitched on. But snitches get stitches, you know, and a rat is all this gangster stuff. But yet again, sorry to say, and I'm one of the only black people that are gonna be able to say this because of my politician beliefs. Yes, there were some thugs, there were some gangsters back then, there were some crooked ass cops. They were so crooked, had no moral values of the street life that needed to be drop a dime on. There were people who I want to make a point, so I'm just gonna knock out this whole street. No offense, I don't mean no harm. I don't know this guy, but that little kid from Chicago that's passed away, is been gone, who still got O Block terrorizing people. Come on, that guy left a legacy that's not positive. He's terrorizing neighborhoods. He got people that's if you say his name in a rap, somebody's gonna come and see you.
Hey, what you saying his name,
about
bro?
Tuka?
AK Bob? Tuka too.
Kevon, Tukas.
But I'm just saying, I was just trying to get more of a young age since I try to reach to the young audience. For a minute before he said what he said, you couldn't say nothing about young NBA young boy without probably getting your face smushed in. Now you can probably say something about him with no retaliation because he's trying to stop the violence.
Shit. Still, I'm trying to promote peace and niggas say the wrong thing, but what's your ass?
Yet again, In the politician world, in the so-called white man's world, you can talk about them all they want to. You can downgrade them all you want to, but they're not gonna come. No. The worst they're gonna do is send you what? Hold on, where is it at? Where is it at? I got you. Hold on. Where is it at? Where is it at? Where is it at? Where is it at? Come on, please, Lord. Ah, yes. Yes, I got it. Here it is. Hold on. You know what the white folks gonna send you? They're gonna do this. I'll see you in court. Okay? All right? All right, but no, you ain't gotta. You get the point. Y'all get the point. That's a bigger difference than bodying a person. Why? Because they're gonna make an economical change. Not in the community. No, they're gonna make an economical change for their own pockets, their own wealth, their own growth. I'm not finna. Well, I look like finna beat you up. And how much you worth? Man, think about this. Just follow me, y'all. Follow me real quick. Follow me real quick. I'm gonna take y'all down Alice in the Wonderland rabbit hole real quick. Think about this, y'all. Think about if we had every black person that wanted to bang with somebody, wanted to fight, wanted to beat somebody ass. Let me just be very blunt. Say, you know what? I'm not gonna beat your ass. You know how much money will be spreaded around? It'll be less arguing. It'd still be the same amount of guns. Guns wouldn't go nowhere. People still had a gun, like woo. Because yes, there is a point of time. There are cases. There are things that do happen in all cultures, all walks of life. Where yes, man, that man might need a bullet. He might just need And there are cases. There are things that people do that yes, he needs ass whooping. Yes, there are plenty of cases. There are violations. There are man codes that man cannot do. That man did what? Yeah, he needs his ass beat. And you could tell anybody, the whole community be ready to whip that one person ass.
Shit switched up though. But now you got niggas super niggas, man. Gang bangers, sword niggas and shit. Shit switched up there.
Might as well get to the money. Get to the money. Why? And only reason it makes sense now because of economic.
I guess it's considered. I guess the legal system, you know. So I guess that's what you're saying. Yeah, low line, shit. I'm suing them, shit. Before you beat me, you know what I'm saying? It's been done.
I'm gonna say it like this: a bullet used to cost $1.25 a bullet. Bullets right now costing almost $5 a shell. So before I waste this bullet and really put it up in you and really waste shells, I wish black folks thought like this. I could take you to court and make more money.
True.
You're gonna lose money, I'm gonna make money. You're gonna pay court costs, and you're gonna have to pay my court costs because I'm gonna win.
Yeah.
Even on the individual's persona, though. All back to that. You know? So my folks like, hey, fuck the money. I want your fucking blood. You ain't really like that, so.
You still, and see, and when people say they want your blood, them the ones that need a bullet. You need to go. You need to go. You need to go sit down somewhere. You need to go sit down because we go sit.
Listen to that individual nature, man. You may come up with that particular background. I mean, say individual South Central, you know what I'm saying? Chicago, you know what I'm saying? Detroit, you know what I'm saying? New York, you know what I'm saying? So,
all these mean ass cities.
You know, exactly. You know what I'm saying? Company background, these mean streets. You know what I'm saying? So that's all they really know how to deal with their problems as opposed to shit. We going to court. See, you at court, nigga.
You making all this money on the block, man.
Yeah, but it's not. You know what? You can't
What you gonna make?
It don't matter. A lawyer don't care. You can't bring that up in court. I'm suing you over. I'm suing you over whatever the hell I'm suing you. I can't sue you over what you doing on. Thank you. I can't sue you because you making more. Now that's funny. That'd be funny. That'd be some stuff to laugh at. I'm finna sue you because you made more money on the block than me. Yeah, nigga, let's go to court.
And you bet ass.
Nigga,
You a hater. You a hater. You a hater. Nigga, you hate like I'm over.
I'm gonna go to. I'm gonna.
You in the way, nigga. You gonna have. You gonna tell everybody. Nigga, you gonna get. You gonna have.
Nah, yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, everybody.
Yeah,
Nah, you gonna tell everybody on the block to get all hate up.
Hey man, look.
Look.
I was selling nickels. Everybody else selling dimes. We gotta go to court. We gotta go to court. Everybody gotta go to court. I'm finna sue. I need 5% of everybody well because they took it from me and my family. Man, hey, life would be beautiful. People say, oh well. Hey, they gonna kill me and I'm gonna end up looking like George Floyd. They gonna make a statue out of me. Because even though I was wrong for doing what I was, even though I was wrong for going to court and suing y'all for block purposes, they gonna make them. They gonna say I was a legend. Capiche? In other news today, young black guy sues block for making less money than them. Has a 1 million man march down Las Vegas Boulevard today at 5. Hell yeah, I'm ready. I'll be in heaven with Tupac, man. What they man, they got me because I sued them. Tupac like, man, you sued the thug, man. I sued the thug like that was. I sued the thug like that. So hold on, how you get a tattoo up in heaven? I thought your body and soul didn't cover. Hold on, wait a minute, Tupac. And see, and you know what? Not to even go deeper off into La La Land, into Alice in Wonderland, but ain't that how we imagine people going to heaven? When y'all go to heaven, that's how you're gonna see Tupac and your favorite aunties and the ones you love. How you see them down here on Earth?
Mm-hmm.
Well, they ain't going to
However
tattoo.
you last saw them.
I don't know. I always thought you gonna have no tattoos, nothing you do for you.
That's why I'm just making fun of that thing, because you know a lot of people got pictures of greats that went to heaven, like Pac and Sammy Davis Jr. and Malcolm X. They got Malcolm X in a suit, glass. He ain't going to heaven looking like that. I'd sue you. I'd sue you for impersonating heaven wrong. Could you do that? Could you do that?
What?
Could you think about this? Y'all remember we're down the rabbit hole, so I can go there. Could I feel some type of way that you painted heaven and you got Tupac and Biggie and Whitney Houston all dressed up nice and pretty but I feel like they're not going to go to heaven. You should have drew a white spiritual bar. I feel some way. So could I sue?
Sure. Sure.
This discrimination. That's racist.
That's your personal feeling, bro. You sure gonna tell me how to feel with my police? So shit, that's how you feel.
But anybody think that's like, where does it get just a little bit far-fetched? And then, but yet again, there's no violence. Yet again, we're suing. We're just going to court. Only thing that's hurting is your pockets. That bullet stays right there on the shelf for when the government try to take over, or China, or Japan, or Australia, or Jamaica. I'm sorry. I'm gonna leave Jamaica alone. I know Jamaica gonna send a dart. They gonna fuck me up. Hey, I'm sorry.
Jamaica, tell you something. Whatever's been the shit about y'all, man. I
We
do not support,
apologize.
and I apologize after that many words. I do not
Listen,
support what you said, don't know
listen,
what you
hey.
said. Ain't got no problem with you niggas. Shout out to the Jamaican people, man. What was the Cool Runnings? You know what I'm saying? the Cool Running thing,
They're
man.
gonna do the Cool Runner thing.
Yeah.
Jamaican. Hey, now that movie alone should have been racist. The Jamaican bobsled movie alone should have been racist. For one, Jamaica is sponsored by British.
You know,
What period? Their economy, their money come from Britain.
okay.
So what America looked like? How in the heck did some real, even though they was American, Jamaican representing? How American go?
Oh, the dudes, the actors,
Remember, John Candy was from America,
the actors, right?
and no, they was from Jamaica. They was from Jamaica.
Leon wasn't from Jamaica, bro.
They was from Jamaica.
Leon wasn't from Jamaica, though. Leon from America, bro.
And John Candy
He American too.
was from America. And you took that British, you took that British continent and America. I don't know. It was a funny movie. You know, I got made fun of that movie all while it came out. Understandable. But
I ain't feeling very Olympic today. I love that movie. I was little nigga.
oh, you did? That man had an egg.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember the movie.
So you look like Dougie does.
Man, I feel like Chris Rock because me and Chris Rock has been named some of the worst people to be called on every freaking movie out there. Every movie that is bad to be announced.
Chris Rock responded when Will Smith slapped the shit out of him on TV.
He made it, and I did it for everybody. I mean, I should do it too. For everybody that made fun of me, I should just go give me a Netflix special.
But you did it Will Smith, bro.
And roast the shit out of everybody else.
But what you did it Will Smith, though?
Huh?
If you come and walk up and slap you, cuz.
I would have went on tour. I would have sued him. I would have sued him.
Go to court.
Ah.
My tooth.
I would have. No. I'm not gonna lie to you. I would have held my composure for one. You slapped me, pow. I'd have made the face because you know all the pictures. They'd be like, so that's the face they would have had. You know what I'm saying? Are you all right? All right, Michael, he smacked. I probably would have. I couldn't fall. There's too many dudes out there. You know what I'm saying? I got you. Like, listen, I'm still black. Okay? All right? Chris Rock, I feel you. I'm still black. So I can't fall. Pow. I was took out. As soon as Jim Carrey talked about suing on CNN, I would have called in. Jim. Yeah. Yeah, I was talking to Jimmy Olsen too, and Jerry Seinfeld. Yeah, we all sitting up here on New York Boulevard. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I got a good lawyer. Johnny Cochran's sons, Junior, his sons. Yeah. I'm finna sue him. I got a Netflix deal. I got a Hulu deal. I got an HBO special deal. I think London heard the slap. I'm going over there and do a special. I'm finna learn their language too. The hell? Man.
I would do it. I would tour. Soon.
I'll sue that too.
Suit them.
Well, damn.
every movie Will Smith came out, even though he came out with about the twins. Squatting. Everybody know Chris Rock is not going to beat up Will Smith. There's not a movie Chris Rock made. It's not a movie Chris Rock made to where he had to get in shape. Will Smith played Ali. Stop playing, okay? Will Smith played the last man on earth. He played him. He played the younger version of him. Like, okay, come on. So we not even. Yeah, so we're not even gonna get into a celebrity death match and see who wins. Because now, if we put Will Smith's friends in the ring versus Chris Rock friends in the ring, we had a Royal Rumble. Chris Rock gonna win. Chris Rock got more. Because Chris Rock got way more friends. Way more friends.
He gonna have a whole new Jack City cast on that nigga. Cuz Will Smith. You what? Will Smith go out, cuz? Nigga, what's that nigga that fuck with the?
Will Smith gonna be looking at Jada Pinkett like, hey, what Queen Latifah doing?
Man.
Oh.
Can you cover WNBA?
What Beyonce doing?
If Beyonce ended up on Will Smith's, well, okay, I can see that happening. I can see that. J-Lo better be on Chris Rock's team. They go way back.
J-Lo?
J-Lo?
And Chris Rock? On what?
Teams? Celebrity death match? Will Smith friends versus Chris Rock friends?
No.
Man, you got the whole Saturday Night Live cast from the 90s all the way back to the 80s. That means all the Adam Sandler's friends is Chris Rock's friends. That means everybody that did the late night show.
Saturday Night Live, Chris Rock wasn't on Saturday Night Live.
Who you got? Will Smith? A couple of people from BET? Nick Cannon? Who?
And cuz
Who Will Smith got?
you got All About Us.
All About Us.
That's some family shit.
Hmm.
He got the
Who he got? The Wild 'N Out crew?
hell no. He was
Who he got? Nick Cannon? Nickelodeon?
he can't
Wait. Okay. I got you. Will Smith got everybody that Universal ever signed for a little measly little contract. That's not that many people. So you know what I'm saying? What he got? I know who he got. He got Tyler Perry people. He got that whole cast. Man, Chris Rock got Pimp My Ride exhibit. He got who else Chris Rock got? Ocean 13 crew. Come on, man. Chris Rock got people. I hope. Chris Rock don't prove me wrong. Who Will Smith? I'm just saying that Will Smith had to, like, hey man, you know what? Will Smith probably gonna get Mayweather. No bullshit. And Will Smith the type of like Mayweather, come fight for me here. Here you go. I'm like, Chris Rock, don't get McGregor. Don't do that. I don't know. It's just like, come on, y'all. It comes to a point of time in life.
He honestly does. I think it's just because it's the industry he in.
Hey, Ice-T.
Joe.
Y'all, we're gonna be getting into some good It was a nice laid back. We got 52 minutes left. Actually, no, we don't. I forgot I started early. Let me go find me another story to talk about. Let's go see. Snow, we don't go shut up. I'm gonna put your ass in the cage. That loud ass tail. Y'all, I need my. Y'all see my mouse ain't working like it's supposed to. Y'all see, I'm just. I need a new job. Couldn't even go to my job interview today. Had no money. All right. All right, here's some boring news for y'all for today.
The bill to avoid a catastrophic default on our nation's debt has now passed in the House of Representatives. The final vote was 314 to 117. That bill appears poised to head to the Senate, where senators face a very tight deadline to push the bill through and avoid sending the nation into an economic crisis. I want to bring into the conversation Jen Psaki, former White House press secretary and the host, of course, of Inside with Jen Psaki on MSNBC. Also with us is Peter Baker, chief White House correspondent for the New York Times. Jen, as we try and understand who got more, who got less, the Democrats did not get
what win column. Yeah.
Well, but the Democrats didn't actually get anything. They protected things, which seems like they didn't get much. But given the fact that Republicans were willing to shoot the hostage, saving the nation's economy seems like a pretty big get, though it is not a specifically partisan priority. And I wonder, given the.
If anybody don't know who that redhead lady is on the, I guess your left, right for y'all, I don't know how y'all see it, but she used to be the press secretary. Okay, just the lady that talked and did more fumbles. I don't know who's the most fumbling person in NFL, so that's a joke that just went totally bad. But you get the reference.
The asymmetry there, right? What Republicans got wasn't much, but it was still something more than the status quo. How should the White House think about future negotiations? And do you think they'll take it off the table, the debt ceiling, entirely, if you're Joe Biden and this?
Eli Manning.
More fumbles than Eli Manning. That's messed up. The most fumbles is by a quarterback. That's sad.
Yeah, I mean, I agree with what Peter said, of course, that Joe Biden is somebody who likes to pursue bipartisan deals. I wouldn't say this is a bipartisan deal he's framing behind the Resolute desk, right? This was just about avoiding default. So this case, as you said, Alex, was about preventing the economy from going into a...
Okay. She's literally finna repeat what the reporter said just so she doesn't look stupid. This is what the Republicans be talking about when it comes to the Democrats, and they call word salad, where they say things that absolutely means cockamamia bullshit, nothing. I'm listening, I'm like, okay, because I really want to hear what she had to say, and I was like, okay, she's repeating what she said. So I'm gonna rewind it so you can see that she's gonna repeat exactly what the commentator said.
And do you think they'll take it off the table, the debt ceiling, entirely, if you're Joe Biden and this White House?
Yeah, I mean, I agree with what Peter said, of course, that Joe Biden is somebody who likes to pursue bipartisan deals. I wouldn't say this is a bipartisan deal he's framing behind the Resolute desk, right? This was just about avoiding default. So this case, as you said, Alex, was about preventing the economy from going into a catastrophic downward spiral. Well, this wasn't about really getting much aside from preventing that. Now, Republicans control the House. That's a reality. Elections have consequences. I would say that the pieces of the bill, or the final deal here, even if you look, Alex, at the work requirements, which many Democrats don't like, and President Biden does not like. I don't think most Democrats like. It sunsets at the end of 2024, and even the CBO scored it, and you can argue whether this is accurate or not, as more people being added to SNAP benefits. Now, there are older Americans who will no longer be eligible, but homeless and veterans will be. Is that a win? I don't know. It's not even good policy, but it is not what the House bill was originally. The biggest loss, Alex, is probably the IRS funding, because it is very hard to get funding for the IRS. That's not politically popular for anyone. And that is funding that was going to be in there to help go after people who avoided taxes, make digital filing easier. It's going to be hard to get that back. But I think at this point, the president, the White House, they're just relieved. The Senate is going to pass this because they're a more responsible body on both sides, with some exceptions, than the House is in this regard. And I think they're relieved and they're ready to move forward.
Peter, do you have any sense, the Biden administration has been playing their hand very close to their vest as far as the 14th Amendment or other sort of existential methods by which you would get rid of the debt ceiling? Do you have a sense that there is, in the wake of this, if it does pass the Senate as it is expected to, that there is an appetite for taking this off the table entirely, that they will pursue that behind closed doors or through the courts or by whatever means are necessary?
Yeah, it's a good question. Look, President Biden is an institutionalist, right? So I think instinctively he is nervous, or not nervous, but wary of challenging longstanding convention. Longstanding convention is, of course, there is a debt ceiling by law. The president doesn't have the constitutional authority, simply ignore it. But he told us in the Roosevelt Room just the other day, even as he announced this deal with Kevin McCarthy, that he is going to look at this, he says, sometime later this year or perhaps next year, that he does want to continue to pursue a conversation about this, so we can avoid this kind of, hostage taking or.
Other words mean he's going to ignore it. He's not going to look at it. How are you going to look at it next year when you know your main focus next year is going to be trying to run against that bad man, Donald J. Trump?
Mm-hmm.
He ain't got time to be looking at no damn bills. He don't be trying to keep peace in Iran with Russia. You're not going to be having time to go to the border and looking at all of them illegals. 200,000 illegal immigrants have came over here in America just this year alone. Okay? There's estimate to be 22 million illegal immigrants in America. Illegal, taking housings, homes, trucks, farmland away from the American people.
Me posting me laws, conjure up me laws, you pose me laws you want, try to get them deported back to their countries, and still going to be millions upon millions of illegal immigrants in the United States of America.
Well, we need to do something about
Can't
it.
do nothing about it, man.
Lock their asses the fuck up.
That shit not gonna work.
It is gonna work. It's a start.
I just gonna sit back and then come right back. Repeat it like a brother.
Like roaches.
Recycle.
It's roaches. Instead of them coming over here to this country, go fight the cartel that's taking over your country. Go stand up to them. Lose a couple of. Everybody done lost wars to win. Everybody lose a fight to win a war. Okay? That's how you get your freedom. Look at Jamaica. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. I'm sorry, but it's a fact. It's just truthful. It's just real. I'm just being honest. They're free. Ooh. But yeah, I'm just saying, man. We worry about a debt ceiling, which is definitely needs to be happening. We need to be worried about debt ceiling so we can not defund the police, bring businesses back here to America, fix water problems that so-called killing us in Nevada. I'm just saying. Help raise the school education here in America. Well, you know, it's not going to be free education if you want that to happen. I'm saying, y'all got to look at these things and understand these are things, these are the problems, these are the situations that we are going through. Man, y'all hearing it. Y'all seeing it. Debt ceiling. Crisis. White supremacists. But I don't understand. If it's really a white supremacist, how did we let the white man because he had a black, okay, all right, okay, yeah, okay. Now listen to this. No, we're not for that.
All across the country meeting here, talking about, of course, planning for our upcoming election, but also organizing and mobilizing. That's what our focus is over the next hour. We'll be, of course, talking about a variety of issues. Got a number of panelists here ready to get started. But first off, Terrence Woodbury is going to kick this thing off to lay out what the data is so we can understand what really is at stake when it comes to our politics. So, Terrence, take it away.
Thank you so much, Roland. Thank you for having me. Give yourselves a round of applause. Thank all of you fearless leaders.
Hey, I'm scared to find out what this is. We looking at.
Why?
Huh?
Why?
Why? Mm-hmm. Because all I see is black folks. This shit is racist.
Something for the people. It's something for the people.
It's not a white person in there.
No one.
It's something for the people.
This Democrat Party is supposed to be very. I don't see not a LGBTQ, not a gay. Where the flags at? There's not a flag in that mug. This
Plain black and white.
This is black supremacists right here. And they in Atlanta. Oh yeah, this black supremacist. Oh shit.
Let's give Melanie Campbell a round of applause for her fearless leadership. This year's. My name is Terrence Woodbury. I am a political scientist trained here.
Is it me? Besides Twitter, but is it me? But every time black folks do something, they always got to have one small little hiccup. It's just like, why is we watching this man live broadcast, which this is professional, and we're watching a man's cell phone going off? I'm just come on, man. I'm just keeping it real. This man makes millions of dollars off of doing this. You know what I'm saying? He has speeches, $100,000 speeches. So I'm you know what I'm saying? I'm giving credit. Dude is credit. He worked on CNN. He worked close with the Obama administration. He's going to tell you he worked close with the Joe Biden administration, trying to help him get elected, get into the House and stuff like that. So yeah, the man got money. The man get millions of views every episode, everything, and
AUC right at Morehouse College. I hear Morehouse in the room. Okay. But it's great to be back. AUC is home to us. This is where we sharpen our teeth. This is where I learned the rigorous collection of data and application of that data towards our politics. I own Hit Strategies. It is the largest minority-owned polling firm in Washington. Come on, y'all. We are recruiting and training and deploying Black political scientists. I see some young people in the back of the room. We are recruiting you. We need you. We need to change who's asking the questions, to change the answers that we're getting.
Black political. Why y'all can't be just political? Why I gotta add the black?
Getting.
I want y'all now.
We are, I'm gonna present some data here. I'm not gonna.
Hey, I'm just gonna rewind that. Look at this, y'all. Everybody, look at this. Everybody in this picture look like they worth some money. I don't see no poor people. I don't see no poor people in this picture. These look like Black privileged people. Look at that. Look at that, y'all. Look at all them cameras and bright lights. You know what I'm saying? Come on now. They don't look like poor folks. They can't do nothing for themselves. They can't pull themselves up by the bootstrap. They look like hard-working Black folks. Everyday, common, hard-working, sweating to the T Black people, which is beautiful. I was just cracking jokes about the Black supremacists, not for real. I was just saying, but I'm just saying, these look like hard-working people that go to their jobs every day, that clock in, that clock out every day faithfully, that knows about that 9 to 5, that watch their parents work the 9 to 5, so they got that same mentality of working hard 9 to 5.
We are, I'm gonna present some data here. I'm not gonna bore you, but I do want to ground us in the data. I'm not going to talk to you about my opinion. Yes. I'm going to talk to you about the opinions of the Black voters that we speak to every day. Last year, we conducted 200 focus groups. We conducted over 40 polls. That's almost every other day, and at least almost every week we were polling. We keep our finger on the pulse. And so let's go to the next slide here.
Okay.
I'm gonna walk around so I can see what's going on. This is gonna be the most words I'm gonna give you. The rest of it's gonna be data, I promise you. What you have here is what we have identified as the challenges that we saw with Black voters in 2022 and some of the strategic guidance to fix that ahead of 2024.
All right.
Before I go any further, I want to be clear here.
I want to hear this.
Black voters are the consumers, right? You don't blame the consumer when they stop buying the product, you fix the product. And so I want to be clear here. The challenges I'm talking about are not Black voters' problems. These are the problems with the system, the problems in our politics that are affecting the way Black voters show up. Number one, the gender and the generation gap between Black voters persist. I want to be clear here because we hear a lot about the gender gap between Black men and Black women. We do not talk enough about the generational gap between younger Black voters and older Black voters. I always say Black seniors are my favorite voters in the electorate because we know they're going to vote and we know who they're going to vote for. That is not true of younger Black voters. They are not always voting, and when they do, they're not always voting the way that we expect them to. So what's the strategic guidance here? We need deeper investment, greater insights, targeted messaging. We must improve perceptions of messaging around economic conditions. Number one, that's where we're losing.
Y'all knew I just couldn't get to it fast enough. I couldn't get to it fast enough. Yeah. This is white. This is really Black supremacist for real at its finest. Mm-hmm. You're going to tell me there's an age gap in voting because you know that the older groups are going to vote Democratic because while they're brainwashed to vote Democrat, they don't know no other reason to vote Democrat. They think voting Republican is racist. Not because that person is a bad candidate, not because of that Republican has the values that they disagree on, because it's racist. Just because the younger group see like, hey, I'm gonna vote with my values, what I value, which values change amongst age groups. These young kids is not getting whooped and beat. Okay? They not. Man. The young kids ain't nobody. I wish you would. Okay? They don't have that mentality. They haven't seen racial. I don't know. I ain't seen race in this country. None in the 2000s. Since 2000 came upon us, I haven't seen racism in America. So, of course, anybody that was born after 2000 is going to have a different mindset of voting, a different mindset of how they're going to view things. I was waiting.
Losing a lot of black men, and we're losing a lot of younger black voters. It's around the economy. We got to change the way we talk about the economy. And an example of that is, you know, we talk a lot about poverty reduction. Well, not all black folks is poor. And where Republicans start to, specifically Donald Trump starts to make some progress is when he starts talking about wealth creation. It's a very different economic proposition. The other guidance is we have to connect.
Oh my God. Oh my God.
Like Donald Trump.
Oh my God. If the niggas gonna take Donald Trump's ideas and start actually talking more positive instead of all this depressional, sad bullshit, like we've been still getting hung from trees, we're gonna use positive things like, hey, black folk, wanna go make a business? You wanna become a business partner? You wanna go start your own shit?
Want to make some real money?
Oh my God.
Oh.
Do your black ass want to go take over a country? You can start with Jamaica.
Michael.
What? Hey, listen. When Americans go to travel, one of the first countries that they go visit is Cancun and Jamaica. So yes, Jamaica's finna get a lot of my butt into my jokes. I'm sorry. I'm finna start telling my jokes. I don't care how corny and down. I like my jokes. Okay. And it was. I'm just saying. But I only point this out to make that point because it's not a bad strategist. He makes a point. If you're gonna change it up in a Democratic Party, if you want to get the younger voters' attention, you gotta use words that are more snappy. And these young niggas is not like these little niggas ain't broke. Okay, you see a broke nigga, you still at home with his mama. Most niggas that ain't staying at home with their mama. I see 13-year-olds got their own apartments. Okay, I'm like, yeah, man, me and my middle schoolers, we got our own crib. We got in this adult dude now. We paying him off. Like, what? How do you? That thing, bro. Don't ask again. Oh, we'll smoke you. I'm like, all right, I'm sorry. I don't want no smoke. You got a dime on your kid. let me get a dime. Yeah. But no, I'm just saying, y'all, that's got a point.
Social issues, progressive issues to black values. Specifically, when I'm talking about black men, I'm talking about my daddy, who is a captain in the military. Raises.
Someone's really trying to get a hold of him.
I don't feel bad no more. Cause I be having my oops and y'all be telling me, man, your mic's muted. I don't want to hear it no more.
His family, the values that he holds closest, values like masculinity. It ain't all toxic. So start there. Not all masculinity is toxic. Faith, specifically Jesus Christ. This ain't blind faith. This is a faith with a name. Family, patriotism. My father still cries every time he hears the national anthem. Those ain't Republican values. Those are black values.
I'm actually with this black supremacist over here. I'm actually for this black supremacist. This sounds like more of my black supremacist. I'm just saying. And I say that jokingly, but seriously, because he's actually right. Though that national anthem is not only for Republicans, that's for every American here that died for this country, that has the right to do whatever they want in this country, as long as they break the laws. I better watch out now.
And we have to reclaim those and position our progressive issues through black.
I wish he pay a patient away from that mic so much, 'cause I'm tired of that popping. I just had to put it out there.
Values. Number 2, black surge voters. Those are the voters that show up periodically. They show up sporadically. Black surge voters are cynical to the promises of politicians. They don't trust our promises anymore, even the ones they like. They don't believe Barack Obama is going to do what he says he's going to do. And he got a 96% approval rating.
He didn't do
so what do
he's
we have to do? We have to change the messenger. We must become the hero of our story. We need to tell us how our votes made our lives better. Example of that, I was in a focus group in Philadelphia where I gave them a list of all the progress that had been made. Child tax credits and climate, and I mean, the list goes on. And as I was going to the list, the young...
Only people that benefited from child tax credit were women. That women didn't get no dude. No. The nail shop was popping. Man, you see all them girls getting their feet done, their nails done, hair done. You couldn't find a wig on the north side. You want 18 inches? Oh, we out of 18 inches. We got 12 inches. You want 18 inches down to your booty? No. Only to shoulder. Until the shoulder. 18 inches come in next week. You black people buy it all. You buy it all. Money supposed to go to kids. You buy it all. You here shopping with me, McDonald's line real short. Nobody go to McDonald's. McDonald's and Walmart finna tag team each other and start closing down because the women just. I'm just joking, y'all. I'm just joking. Truthfully joking.
Brother sitting across from me was getting angry. And I asked him, why are you shaking your head and sucking your teeth? These are good things that are happening. He said, because I can't access none of this.
Oh, God. Didn't I just say that? He said, why his nephew say? He said, because I ain't got none of that, because that's not for me. That was for women. Notice that little Target in the back. You know where they be shopping at. I told you this is black supremacy. They shopping at Target. Look at that. Look at that, y'all. Look at that. I know y'all don't want to see me.
My sister just got evicted last week. She ain't getting no child tax credits. She ain't getting no rental assistance. So before we go into 2024 and tell them all the progress we've made, if they can't access it, it's just going to piss them off. In that same focus group, though, there was a sister sitting across from that young man who said, wait, can I respond to that? Because I got that child tax credit. And during the pandemic, I lost my job. The courts were closed. I couldn't even get child support. And if it wasn't for that child tax credit that I spread across 3 months, I would have been evicted just like your sister. I watched him shifting. I watched him go from a shaking his head to nodding his head. She convinced him. She was the messenger. That's how we tell us how our votes are making our lives.
That didn't make no, because she got child credit. What about my mail. I mean, I'm still get put out. I'm still be on the streets. Come on, man.
Better. Not a great white hope in Washington. It's because you voted that we've been able to accomplish all of these things. Number 3, Black surge voters feel less powerful. I'm gonna talk to you a little bit about this connection between power and participation. But they feel less powerful because the last election has not resulted in the meaningful change in their lives. Well, look, Alicia Garza was just up here talking about the Black policy agenda. That is something that we worked on with her. We helped build that policy agenda, but then we started tracking the progress against that agenda. And we found that 80% of the things that Black folks said that they wanted to see this administration do have either been started or completed. 80%.
I hope and pray he gives some examples of the 80% that said that what has started, has finished, has been completed. Yeah, I want to hear this.
But 76% of Black people say that their lives have not gotten better since Joe Biden became president, despite 80% of the agenda being completed. So what do we have to do? This is what we call click here messaging. This is probably the most important thing on this slide. Click here messaging. When we needed their votes, we delivered to the palm of their hand. Click here to access your ballot. Click here to find your polling place. Click here to encourage your friends to vote. Click here to promise Joe Biden you're gonna vote. Click here to make a plan to vote. Well, now they need to click here to access the millions of jobs created by the infrastructure bill. They need to click here to access applications for student loan forgiveness. Click here to see the lead pipes being replaced in your neighborhood. They need to, this is not about a message.
Oh. Okay. 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 Okay.
That tells them that we're making their lives better. We have to make their lives better. Finally, defending democracy. In 2022, defending democracy was the second biggest issue that Democrats spent money on. The number 1 was abortion. I expect that to be the same in 2024. They are going to position this election as being on the front lines of democracy. The problem is Black folks have had mixed results with democracy. And so they don't want to just defend a thing that isn't working for them, especially young Black people who have voted several times for a candidate that got the most votes and still lost. They don't want to defend that system. Simple shift here. I'm not saying stop talking about democracy, but instead of defending democracy, we got to talk about fixing democracy. Fixing democracy requires progressive, small d democratic reforms. Abolish the Electoral College, automatic voter registration, universal polling precincts. Why does it matter that I drive 40 miles from my job? Why can't I walk into any of these precincts, give them my ID, and cast my vote? This don't make sense to young people. In fact, they don't understand why they can't vote on their phone. There's nothing more secure than biometrics. I mean, you know, Republicans trying to secure elections with IDs ain't nothing.
You gave some examples. No.
Yeah. He gave examples. I will go back.
And so they don't want to just defend a thing that isn't working for them, especially young Black people who have voted several times for a candidate that got the most votes and still lost. They don't want to defend that system. Simple shift here. I'm not saying stop talking about democracy, but instead of defending democracy, we got to talk about fixing democracy. Fixing democracy requires progressive, small d democratic reforms. Abolish the Electoral College.
How you going to abolish something that started way before everything else started? Really?
Automatic voter registration.
Automatic registration. Voter reg. What does that even mean?
Automatic voter registration means
You automatically just register to vote?
you're automatically.
So that means you're automatic. Do he see, that's a person that doesn't understand. If you're automatically registered to vote, that means you automatically is able to get drafted to the war.
Mhm. They're basically saying, so, oh, you're old enough. So, okay.
He's not thinking like that. I guarantee he's not thinking like when he said that everybody that automatically, there are people who are scared of guns and you're going to automatically put them in harm's way.
Yeah.
Automatically. Thank God draft is not around. Thank God draft is over. But you're automatically giving them the eligibility. Yeah, you're giving them the automatic eligibility to go to the Army and the Navy and stuff like that. And what age is this supposed to start at? Did you automatically get it from birth?
You can
So
start to vote from 18.
I know that, but I'm just saying you automatically get it no matter what age. As soon as you turn 18, just automatically.
Because I didn't even register to vote, and then after I got my ID here, they automatically registered me to vote.
But what if people don't want to register to vote?
They really just don't go. They don't sign up. They don't go.
Yeah, again, he want to automatically make you register to vote. Ain't that automatically taking away a freedom?
Yeah.
Okay. I rest my case.
Universal polling precincts. Why does it matter that I drive 40 miles from my job? Why can't I walk into any of these precincts, give them my ID, and cast my vote?
He said, why you got to drive 40 minutes from your job to vote? But I bet you go right around the corner from your house to vote. Mm-hmm. That's why, because you vote by your community, by your zip code, by where you from. Mm-hmm. That's like so dumb and easy.
This don't make sense to young people. In fact, they don't understand why they can't vote on their phone. There's nothing more secure than biometrics. I mean, Republicans trying to secure elections with IDs, ain't nothing more secure than biometrics. And
so you trying to tell me that we can't go back to they let you know the Democrats is just they want to rig elections. This is black supremacists. You trying to tell me that I can't show my ID to make a vote to know that you're legal? Everybody with a fucking USA phone that's not illegal. See, he illegal. He doesn't think about the illegal immigrants that's in here that has access to American phones. You want to vote? Everybody's gonna be able to vote. You just don't care. That's why them things are put into place. These are real easy things that are, black supremacists.
Your phone. You know exactly who's casting that vote. You got fingerprints and pupils and everything else.
So we let Zuzu from fucking Africa that just got over here 10 months ago vote. You got Bean Burrito that just hopped the fence yesterday with a book bag. We went to Boost Mode. We got how much of our phone? Me no speak good English. I got $140. We give him a phone. Boom, he voting. He just got over here. I don't speak good English. I just know Sleepy Joe. Sleepy Joe, rescue me. Come on, man. Think about that, dog. I know. I'm just calling like I see it. Black supremacists.
Okay. Universal term limits. Ooh, they don't like this one. They really don't like this one. But young people don't understand why anyone sits in office for 65 years. The world has changed, and so should the leaders that are leading it. Next slide, please.
They sit in office. Why? See, that's what I'm saying. More explanation, a better explanation. Why they sit in office so long? Because we vote them there. You vote people there. You forget that there's other candidates. You like, fuck it, I don't want to vote.
All right, let's get to the data. Next slide, please.
Next slide.
This is the centerpiece of all of the research. Let me time check myself. Centerpiece of all the research we do is this correlation. Oh man, I'm at 10 minutes already, and I had 10 minutes. All right, so let me get 3 slides real quick. The centerpiece of our work. You know, a lot of pollsters ask the question about enthusiasm. We hear a lot about, enthusiasm is low. Well, Black folks don't always vote enthusiastically. And just because they ain't enthusiastic don't mean that they're not voting. I had a young Black man tell me in focus groups in Florida, he doesn't vote enthusiastically. Voting for him is like taking out the trash. He don't want to have to do it all the time, but if he don't do it, it starts to stink around here. That's a quote. So we changed our enthusiasm question to a power question. Regardless of how often you vote, how much power do you believe your vote has to make a difference in your community? The higher they rate those perceptions of power, the higher their likelihood to vote. It is a direct correlation. That means we don't want to convince them to just tell us that they're going to vote, but we want to convince them that their vote can make a difference. In 2020, 73% of Black folks in Georgia said they felt extremely powerful. In the same election, 70% of Black folks in Georgia voted. It's also the highest Black turnout anywhere in the country. So give yourselves a round of applause. What's happening here needs to be replicated.
Georgia got more Black folks than any other state in America, too.
Okay. But we also saw, I'm trying to export it, trust me. What's up, Cliff? We're going to talk about that later. But we've seen that those perceptions of power drop when we're not in election time anymore. From 73%, a 30-point drop. Well, I could tell you right now, if we have a 30-point drop in turnout from Black folks, we have lost every single battleground state. And so in 2022, we start to recover some of those perceptions of power. But if we stop letting it drop, then we don't got to dig ourselves out of this hole. When we asked them why did these perceptions of power drop, they told us explicitly. It was high in 2020 because they felt like they were a part of something, because they were being courted, because Stacey Abrams and Governor Kemp were both texting them every day. That's what made them feel powerful, because their teachers were talking about it, their pastors were talking about it, their mamas was talking about it. The election ended, they stopped getting those text messages. People stopped talking about it. Next slide, please. I'm gonna just skip ahead, skip that one. Okay, here we go. This is the gender and the generation gap. I'm gonna give you 2 more slides. Someone got here. These are not poll numbers. These are actual election results from 2022. At the top there, you see the gender gap. 87% of Black women voted for Republicans, 78% of Black men voted, 87% of Black women voted for Democrats, 78% of Black men voted for Democrats. That is an 18-point margin gap, 18 points. But look at the generation gap underneath there. Younger Black voters voted for Republicans at even higher rates, 21-point margin gap.
That is beautiful. That is beautiful. That don't mean that they want to vote for people who hang Black folks. They voted because they vote with their minds, not their heart, not the Democratic Party that funded Jim Crow before my mama and them was born. Come on. I told y'all, these are the Black supremacist people. I'm just pointing them out. I'm probably the only person that's going to do this. Only person, but they're going to call me crazy. Oh, that Black guy's crazy. He's saying Black supremacists. But I'm showing you the freaking numbers that they have, the numbers that they're pulling out, that they're going after. But I'm crazy. So what?
Next slide, please. Why is this happening? Here it is. Here's one of the reasons why. There's several. One of them are issues. This is when we ask who's better on the following issues. Democrats, Republicans, both are neither. At the top there, you see the Democrats in blue, you see Republicans in red. But look at the top. Democrats have an overwhelming advantage on all the social issues, voting rights, abortion.
Why? Because y'all use every freaking celebrity, LeBron James, Tony Braxton, Beyonce, Carrie Underwood, Garth Brooks. I mean, y'all go for the home run hitters. Come on. Gosh, I just want an autograph.
Healthcare, 60, 70 point advantage over Republicans. But when you look toward the bottom there, the things that Black men, providers in the household, the things that they are prioritizing, economy, inflation, those advantages begin to shrink. Next slide, please. Well, here's what happens when you look at just Black folks under the age of 50. The advantage disappears. Republicans just as good on the economy as Democrats. If I was advising Republicans how to target Black voters, I would only talk to the 28% that say Republicans are better than Democrats on inflation. That's it. Let's just go get that 28%. Next slide. That's exactly what they're doing. Okay, this isn't the slide. Next slide. Next slide. All right. A part of what we have to do here is when we talk about power, political power, I've asked folks in focus groups, what?
Political power. Black power. Black power. Political black power coming to a store near you. Smoking every blunt, drinking a 40, sipping on gin and juice, lay back. Black supremacy is coming. Hey, I'm going to hold this video for a part 2. There's got to be a part 2 to this. This is comical for me. Hey, go tell somebody that Cannabis Conservative got the real jokes. Man, y'all seen it. I'm saying this for a part 2, bros. I ain't gonna even hold y'all much longer, dog. It's really going down. Man, hit me up if y'all like this, man. It's going down, man. Peace.